Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Paul Pogba will leave Manchester United. Paul Pogba has told Manchester United he wants to join Real Madrid in the summer. There again, it's said that PSG is the most likely destination for Pogba. Pogba is in talks with PSG. Pogba's contract at Manchester United expires in the summer. Revert back to last month, the Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history. Pogba denied being offered that contract. Pogba is set to return to action after the international break. Pogba recently returned to training. Paul Pogba has been out with a hip injury. Revert back towards the start of the season. Pogba was in scintillating form before he got injured. In the last couple of months of last season, Pogba did very well, but at one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Manchester United since he rejoined. He's played 212 games since he re-signed, and he's scored 38 times. He's won 3 trophies at the club. Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Like I mentioned yesterday, will Paul Pogba flourish at Manchester United under Rangnicks? Well, I'm hoping he does. Pogba's not yet played a game at Manchester United under Ralph Rangnick. Now, I want to give you some news on Cristiano Ronaldo. So, Cristiano Ronaldo will leave Manchester United in the summer if they fail to qualify for the Champions League. Ronaldo has missed Manchester United's last 2 games because Ronaldo has been out with a hip injury. He is part of the squad for Manchester United's game against Brentford tonight. I'm expecting him to play. Last week, Ronaldo gave an interview. He's backing Ralph Rangnick to do a good job at Manchester United. And Ronaldo also said, "I'm not at Manchester United to compete for 6th or 7th. He mentioned that finishing below 3rd is unacceptable. Earlier on this season, Ronaldo was targeted by PSG. Earlier on this season, Ronaldo held crisis talks with his agent Jorge Mendes about his future. And if Ronaldo doesn't like Man United's next manager, he's ready to leave. Ronaldo is the best player in the world overall. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for $20 million with add-ons included. He wears a number 7 shirt and he's under contract with Manchester United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's scored 14 goals in all competitions. He has over 800 goals in his career. Since Ronaldo re-signed, though, Manchester United have relied on him far too much, and quite a few times this season Ronaldo saved Man United, so disregarding him, Manchester United would be in a worse position. Now, just want to give you some news on Ralf Rangnick. Ralf Rangnick announces Manchester United's new formation. It's the 4-3-3 formation. Manchester United played the 4-3-3 formation against Aston Villa. So reflecting on that, Ralf Rangnick has scrapped the 4-2-2 formation because obviously that formation hasn't been working. So hopefully this 4-3-3 formation suits our standards. Ralf Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did initially say that Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. But if Man United don't finish in the top 4 this season, Rangnick won't get the consultancy role. And I can assure Ralf Rangnick will not get the Man United job on a permanent basis. Rangnick's been Manchester United's interim manager for 6 weeks. He's lost 1 game so far as Manchester United's interim manager. Man United lost to Wolves earlier on this season 1-0. That was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. There's been some good performances under Rangnick, but on the other side of things there's been poor performances as well. Earlier on this season, there was reports coming out saying that Ralf Rangnick is already losing the dressing room at Manchester United, and it did mention that 17 Manchester United players are unhappy. And it said Rangnick is already under pressure, but despite that, Rangnick will be backed by the Glazers this month. He got told that transfer funds are available this month. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Since Rangnick got recommended in, he has made changes because he brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. Manchester United could yet appoint their new manager this season. Who will be Manchester United's next manager? Well, I think there's a very good chance that Mauricio Pochettino will be Man United's next manager. There's been a lot of narratives coming out about him coming to Man United, but not so long ago, he said Manchester United could miss out on Mauricio Pochettino, despite Pochettino being Man United's #1 target. The Telegraph said that Manchester United faced competition for Pochettino. The other week, reports from France said that Man United were in secret contact with Mauricio Pochettino. Despite Pochettino not being Ralf Rangnick's preferred choice to take over at Manchester United. The Manchester Evening News said a couple of weeks ago that Pochettino's move to Manchester United is almost done. He said Pochettino wants Man United and Man United want Pochettino, and it said Pochettino will leave PSG by June. Well, PSG have identified the replacement for Pochettino, that's Zidane. PSG have been in contact with Zidane, revert back to the other week. It said PSG agreed terms with Zidane. Manchester United went in for Zidane a long time ago. Earlier on this season, it said Man United were prepared to pay the 10 million compensation fee for Pochettino. Pochettino has like 18 months left on his contract at PSG. He has won a French Cup with PSG. Revert back to when Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho. Man United should have got Pochettino in them, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. He's a good manager, Pochettino, even though he's hardly won anything. He's proven in the Premier League because before he managed Tottenham, he enjoyed a 5.5-year managerial tenure with them. Back in 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and at one point, he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Did Pochettino. Before Tottenham managed Southampton, he only enjoyed a short managerial tenure with Southampton, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League era. So the clubs he's managed in the Premier League so far, and before that, he managed Espanyol. Man United have recently made an offer for Diego Simeone from Atletico Madrid. He's been a very long-serving manager at Atletico Madrid. Eric Ten Hag, he could possibly be Manchester United's next manager. Earlier on this season, it said he was leading the race to become Man United's next manager. You've got to admire the work that Ten Hag has done at Ajax. He's won a couple of titles with them. Back in 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and I like the way he develops young players. His contract at Ajax expires next year. He's been Ajax manager since 2017, so he's been with them for 5 years. Before Ajax, he managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves. And before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Last week, was it? Reports from Italy said that Manchester United made an approach for Simone Inzaghi. He said Atletico Madrid were also in for him. Inzaghi is the Inter Milan manager. Inter Milan appointed him in last year. His contract at Inter Milan expires next year. Recently won his first trophy with Inter Milan. Before Inter Milan, he managed Lazio, and he also managed Lazio's youth. So Manchester United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson retired. Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson was retired. We sacked David Moyes, we sacked Louis van Gaal, we also sacked Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Obviously, the news on the transfers. Manchester United have been linked with a lot of players. Earlier on this week, I gave you the news on Amadou Haidara. Reports said that Manchester United verbally agreed a 33 million fee to sign Amadou Haidara. Ralph Rangnick held talks with RB Leipzig chiefs. Amadou Haidara informed his close friends he wants to join Manchester United. And Haidara also said he dreams of playing in England, and his favourite club is Manchester United. Newcastle have also been in for him. Haidara has a 33 million release clause. He's been at RB Leipzig since 2019. He's got a contract with Leipzig until 2025. Before Leipzig, he had a loan spell with Liefering, and before then he was at Red Bull Salzburg. Earlier on this season, Rangnick did mention that he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing. Rangnick knows the player well. He's a midfielder and he's the age of 23. So still young, got a lot of development in him. Manchester United have been relentlessly linked with Denis Zakaria from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Earlier on this week, there was reports coming out about John McGinn. The Telegraph said that Manchester United target Aston Villa midfielder John McGinn in the summer transfer window. Aston Villa value John McGinn at £40 million. Sir Alex Ferguson and Darren Fletcher are admirers of the player. John McGinn is one of the best players Villa have got. He didn't play in the 2-2 draw last weekend because he was suspended. McGinn's a midfielder, the age of 27, highly experienced. He's got a contract with Aston Villa till 2025. He's been at Aston Villa for 3.5 years. He's played around 129 games for Villa. Before Villa he was at Hibernian, and before then he was at St Mirren. And revert back to the other week, there was a lot of reports coming out about Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. But we need a midfielder, you know. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Players are going to depart the club. You obviously know the news on Anthony Martial. It said yesterday that Juventus are interested in taking Anthony Martial on loan. Man United are asking for up to £6 million in loan fees. Anthony Martial recently rejected loan offers from Tottenham and Newcastle. Romano mentioned that Martial doesn't want to go to a Premier League club, but he still wants to leave Man United in this January transfer window. Martial wants to move abroad because obviously Barcelona, Juventus and Sevilla are all linked. Don't forget, not so long ago, Martial denied claims that he refused to play in Man United's game against Villa last weekend. But Rangnick came out and said that Martial refused to play against Villa. But anyway, in Rangnick's press conference ahead of the Brentford game, he said the Martial matter has been resolved. Martial has just come back from a knee injury. Last year, Rangnick confirmed Martial wants to leave Man United, and Martial's agent confirmed last year that he wants to leave this month. He's demanding more game time. He's getting nowhere near enough game time at Man United. Martial's been at Manchester United for 7 years. He's under contract with the club until 2024. He's scored 79 goals in 268 games in all competitions. The best season Martial enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Van Gaal. Manchester United paid the initial fee of £36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. Cavani, he will be leaving the club in the summer because earlier on this season Rangnick revealed that Edinson Cavani wants to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. We got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Earlier on this season, Cavani had a couple of injuries. Cavani's played Manchester United's last few games. Cavani has been linked to Barcelona. It said last year that Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona are seeing him as a replacement for Aguero because Aguero retired last year due to heart problems. He's been linked to Juventus, and Cavani also rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Man United are loaning Amad Diallo out. Juan Mata's leaving the club. Not so long ago it said Juan Mata is refusing to sign a new contract ahead of a proposed move to La Liga. Apparently Juan Mata's father and agent had a meeting with Real Sociedad. Mata's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to last year, Man United extended Mata's contract for a further year. Mata don't get in our team, lost his place in the team a while ago. Mata's aging up and he's lost that yard of pace but despite all of that, he's had a good career at Manchester United. You know, Mata has made over 200 appearances in all competitions. He's scored 50 goals. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so he's been a long-serving player. Paid 37.1 million for him from Chelsea back in 2014. Back in 2020, Mata rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Jesse Lingard, he'll be leaving Manchester United this year. I just want to give you some news on Lingard, by the way. Newcastle have made a fresh approach to sign Jesse Lingard on loan for the rest of the season. Lingard may as well leave Man United because he doesn't get in the team anyway. You know, Lingard's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Lingard has been part of the club though for a long time. He risen up our academy in that. Donny van de Beek, he needs to leave Manchester United, especially with Paul Pogba returning. Van de Beek doesn't get enough opportunities. You know, he hasn't been given enough opportunities under Rangnick, and he didn't get enough opportunities when we had Solskjaer. Earlier on this season, it said that Van de Beek's not allowed to leave Manchester United this month, so we'll have to wait until the summer to offload him. Recently, Donny van de Beek rejected Newcastle because he'd been offered to Newcastle and Borussia Dortmund. I'm hearing that Everton still want him as well. Earlier on this season, Bayern Munich went in for him. Van de Beek has been at Manchester United for over a year and a half. He's only scored 2 goals for the club. You know, Manchester United got him for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Matic, he'll be departing the club this year. I've always had my reservations about him because he's always been a static midfielder, plus he's aging up. But despite that, he's had his good games at Man United. He's not one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still gets his chances. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder we've got. Manchester United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him for 40 million. So Matic has been at the club for 5 years now. Pogba, good chance he'll be leaving in the summer, like I mentioned at the start of the video. Telles, you know, he could leave this year. I'm hearing that Barcelona are interested in him. Jones and Bayu will be leaving the club as well this year. Dalot could leave, and we need to get rid of Dean Henderson permanently. Now, as you all know, Manchester United play Brentford tonight. It's at 8 o'clock kick-off. It's at the Brentford Community Stadium. This, of course, is a rearranged game because Manchester United were supposed to be playing Brentford away on Tuesday the 14th of December last year, but that game got postponed because Man United were hit with a COVID outbreak. It's a must-win game against Brentford tonight. You know, Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. Manchester United threw away a 2-goal lead. Both of Manchester United's goals against Aston Villa came from Bruno Fernandez last weekend. The first goal from Bruno Fernandez came from a mistake from the Aston Villa goalkeeper Martinez, and the second goal came from a poor mistake from Morgan Sanson. It was the best game Bruno Fernandes enjoyed for a while because Fernandes has been inconsistent in a lot of games this season. Earlier on this week, the Athletic said that Bruno Fernandez rejected a contract offer from Manchester United. You know, the Bruno Fernandez contract talks are postponed until the summer, having turned down an offer last year. Fernandez is demanding similar money to the top earners. Fernandez receives £100,000 a week at the moment. He's under contract to Man United until 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. Villa's goals last weekend came from Jacob Ramsey. That was his first goal at Villa Park. And the second goal came from Philip Coutinho. He came off the bench and scored on his Aston Villa debut. Man United are missing some players, but not many. Lingard's recently picked up an injury, but he doesn't really get in the team anyway. As you all know, Pogba's still out. Rashford recently picked up a leg injury, but I think Rashford's now back. Eric Bailly's not available at the moment because Eric Bailly is at the African Cup of Nations. And Wan-Bissaka, he's not available for tonight's game because he's out with COVID. Brentford, they haven't done well recently. They've lost the last 2 league games. Brentford lost last weekend to Liverpool 3-0. Brentford are sitting, 14th, is it, or something like that in the Premier League. This season has been Brentford's first ever season in the Premier League. Prior to this season, the last time Brentford were in the top flight was back in 1947. That's over 70 years ago. I do know quite a few of the players that Brentford have got. Obviously, they have got Shandon Baptiste, that's good. They've got Christian Norgard. They've got Pontus Jansson, he's a defender. He's a former Leeds United player. They've got Rico Henry. Rico Henry's just recovered from injury. They've also got Finn Stevens. They've got Joel Valencia. They have Charlie Goode. Charlie Goode is out with injury. They've got Ethan Pinnock. He had COVID earlier on this season. They have Frank Onyeka. He's not available at the moment for Brentford because he's on international duty. They've got Joshua Da Silva. He's not available at the moment for Brentford because he's out with injury. They've got Tariq Fosu. He's out with injury for Brentford. The best player Brentford have got is Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney had COVID earlier on this season. They have Brian Mbumo. He's a very good attacking player. They've got Marcus Fors. He's another attacking player Brentford have. They have Max Haygarth. They've got Sergi Canos as well. They've got Zanka, he's out with injury. And one of the goalkeepers Brentford have got is David Raya. He's out with injury. I think another goalkeeper they've got is Fernandez. He'll be in goal tonight, with obviously David Raya not being available. So they're quite a few of the players they've got, Brentford. Let me put into the equation, they lost Ollie Watkins and they also lost Ben Rama. The Brentford manager is Thomas Frank. He's been Brentford manager for over 3 years. His contract at Brentford expires next year. Before he was the manager of Brentford, he was the Brentford assistant. Before then, he managed Bromby, and before then, he coached Denmark's under-16s, under-17s and under-19s. And At the weekend, Manchester United play West Ham. That will be a difficult game. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.